Hey guys, so I had a few people ask questions on the review, so I figured I'd make this video and just post it for you. So first question was on the first page, the parabola one. One of the weirdest things about parabolas is that we are going to complete the square here with the x's, but since we're not going to complete the square with the y's, we're actually going to add the 12y and the 11 over to the other side, since there's no need to complete the square with those. So you end up keeping the x squared plus 10x, and then it equals 12y plus 11 for now. Then in the middle, there's an x plus 10, so 10x, so that turns into x plus 5 in parentheses squared, because half of 10 is 5, which means I need to add 25 to both sides to complete the square, which turns this number over here next to y into 36. Now, a parabola is not supposed to have a number in front of the y like that, so I'm going to go ahead and divide by 12, which I can't actually divide the x plus 5 by 12, so that's why I kind of turn that into the 1/12. And then the y gets rid of the 12, and 36 divided by 12 is this 3 right here. That helps us because our vertex for this parabola would be -5, 3. And then remember how the bottom number of the fraction is equal to 4p. So in this case, p would be 3. So that would help you graph the parabola if you were actually trying to graph it. And then the second question asked about the same page was, you can actually divide this entire thing by 6. The only reason you would even think to do this would be if you realized that it was going to be a circle and those numbers out front were the same and both of them were positive. When you divide by 6, you get x squared plus, minus 2x and y squared plus 4y. And then 150 divided by 6 is actually 25. So that equals 25 on the other side like that. And then you go ahead and complete the square. This would be x minus 1 squared, y plus 2 squared. So actually, now that I'm doing this, I should probably fix the fact that that means I need to add 1 here and 4 here. So that number at the end should actually not be 25, but it should be 30. And then the other ones that got asked about were if you scroll or if you flip over to ellipse, what to do with the last ellipse equation. Because if the vertices are at 2, 3, and 12, 3, 2 plus 12 divided by 2, or 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then it just keeps the 3 because it's already the same. So now that that's my center, since x changes for the vertices by 5, x would go first. And 5 squared is 25, so that would go on the bottom. And then the y minus 3 squared would go on the other fraction. Now, you can't tell the difference between y because they're all 3 for both the vertices and the foci. So what you do is you calculate the distance from the x part of the vertex to the foci, the x part of the center to the foci, which I guess would be 7 to 5. Now that distance is 2, and that will give you c. And we're going to plug that into c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So 4 equals 25. Sorry, it should be minus b squared, not plus. 4 equals 25 minus b squared. You go ahead and subtract that 25 to the other side. And what do you know? negative 16 equals negative b squared, or divide by negative 1, b squared equals 16, and that tells you what number goes underneath. And then this whole thing equals 1. And then a couple people are just really lost on the asymptotes of some of the hyperbolas that don't work out perfectly. First of all, the ones on the test will have a nice y-intercept. So I'm going to go over these asymptotes on the second one and the third one. I am going to leave my graphs all the way done. Oops. So for example, this one here in the middle, it looks like it crosses right here at negative 1. But if I know that my slope is going up 3/4, then y equals 3/4 x. That means I'm technically going up 3/4 and over 1 every time. So if I'm starting at negative 2 and I go up 3/4 over 1, negative 2 plus 3/4 is 1 1/4 or 5/4. Negative 5/4. And I guess that's the negative equation because I was looking at the wrong one. And the other one would be y equals positive 3/4 x. Sorry about that. And it looks like it crosses right here between 2 and 3. Again, if I start at negative 2 and I go down 3/4 over 1, now I'm at negative 2 and 3/4 or negative 11/4. And I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these because they end up looking really confusing if you leave them on there. I just wanted you guys to be able to see what I was thinking. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and do the asymptotes for the next one, which I guess I had actually left off the answer key by accident because there wasn't a line for it. So this one is actually going up 2 over 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So my slope of the line is actually y equals 1x and y equals negative 1x. The one that's going up looks like it crosses right here at negative 5. And the one that's going down crosses right here at negative 1. And that's how you write the asymptotes. All of the others cross at a nice point. The main question was just about these asymptotes right here that end up crossing at fractions. The one on the test will be an integer y-intercept.